Oh, this is Peggy Ann Childers. That's the name I have to use. I've uploaded some more videos over, well, updated some and put some more up since the 30th of November this year. But I've put them up for the last 2.5 years. Most of it has been about telling my life and what's been done to me and about my kidnapping, and running a political campaign, writing a book about mind control, and you can't list what was done to me. And it hasn't stopped. Had a letter from the FBI, I'll say that again, June the 23rd of 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. Later I was flown out to Larry Flint's in August, well, when the plane went down, August 31st of 83, the KAL went down and it had, is en route from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. It supposedly carried Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, and the plane veered into Russian airspace and was shot down. Now, on that same flight in Juneau, Nixon was taken off, so they had to have known it was going down. Whether it's true that Larry McDonald went down and it was 200 plus that went down. Now then, he's one of the cases I wrote about, and I'm sure he's one of them that tried to kill me. The Des of, I'm just going to mention this because these are cases that I had in it. The Des murders of Warren and Rosina Matthews at Piedmont Hospital. That's where Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, practiced urology. Also, my attorney, Eugene Kaiser, knew I was doing the book, and he'd been a former Fulton County, Atlanta district attorney. He said that, I can't remember if this was 76, probably this happened Christmas Eve or 77. But I was including what I had on it. He said the police came, and this is former district attorney, a prominent attorney there in Atlanta, and probably one of the few decent, that couldn't be bought, I wouldn't think. Anyway, he gave me what he had, and it was a deposition by Jean Strokerman. And she was suing an attorney, I believe his last name was Cohen, pretty sure it was, and he was a psychiatrist, and she was working for Dr. Hardiman, a psychiatrist at Piedmont Hospital. So somebody came in and blew her up against the wall on Christmas Eve next to the Christmas tree at Dr. Hardiman's. So I was writing about her because also the attorney Kaiser said that the police came in and took the files and weren't supposed to. It was illegal. And this was a former district attorney. What I really wanted to say here was I've been telling people I wrote about mind control murders, and this reason Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, and I keep telling about him, and also trying to get people's attention to listen, and I'm quite sure that's probably why they sent the endorsement and the Hustler magazine to me, and it was an April issue in '84. So mind control was used to program the man that shot and killed his attorney. And there's questions, and if this is really Mr. Flint, I don't mean any pain to him. He seems to be one of the few that really has tried to help, and I haven't seen him since then. In '83, I was flown out to his home. But anyway, I'm just going to skip to... that's where some of my friends, can I mention their names? I don't like to mention someone. I've had so few. Jack Hartsfield, that saved my life when I worked at the district attorney's office, when they had tried to kill me April Fool's Day of '80, transported illegally across the state line to Huntsville, passed a background check, worked for the district attorney, Simpson, and Jack saved my life. He was working for... he's working as a reporter for the Huntsville Times, but he's really FBI. And then he moved out just before the campaign, was it? I'm not sure. At the time of the campaign in '83, he moved out to Los Angeles, a suburb, And he knew Larry Flint, and he went to see him. Now, I don't know, you know, I don't know if it's really Larry Flint. I was told, and it's so sad, in Lawrenceville, Georgia, I watched that. It's one of the first courtroom where they left cameras in. And I cried. I remember feeling so sad. I don't like pornography, but if you ever get the truth in all this mess, I mean, he would be an angel. And I don't even want, I feel bad for giving him a reference because he doesn't need it. He's tried to tell the truth and he suffered too. Now, whether that's him, it's my understanding, I thought it was him. It's my understanding he was shot with a magnum and his insides were all over the sidewalk. One of the networks told me. And then I'm going to mention Channel 7 in this, who won't print anything about it. I do know that when Larry Flint was here, I never knew I was going to end up here in Roanoke, Virginia. And in '86, I came here simply to have a place to live and freeze and start on Appalachian Trail. And Larry Flint had shown me the parody, the galley proofs of the parody when I was out there in October of '83. And it was about Jerry Falwell, Reverend, at Liberty University in Lynchburg, and that's right next door to Roanoke. So what happened later, and I didn't know I was going to end up here, he was sued, which I'm sure whoever runs Hustler, it's my understanding the FBI run it. But anyway, Hustler, Larry Flint was sued by Jerry Falwell, Reverend Jerry. I'll give him his title. It's more than they ever did for me. And I've never done anything to any of them. Any of them. I was born, and that law broken against me, and that's it in a nutshell, and everybody wants me just to disappear. Anyway, Flint was sued here in Coffeyville in federal court, went into the Supreme Court for freedom of speech. Now then, that was about the parody. So I end up here, and I also end up where something else that I told in '71, and I just recently on the 30th of November updated. I was looking back at it. I told that it was not accidental, it was murder when Audie Murphy's plane went down. Then I come find out this is not the only thing, and that was in '71. The plane went down next to me at Catawba, near Catawba Hospital. And the Appalachian Trail even moved the trail up a little bit where the plane crashed, and they have a monument to Audie Murphy. But in this whole thing, this is where the state mental hospital is, Catawba. And in this whole thing is programming and mind control, and it's so widespread now they can mass armies under mind control and have them do. And how do they prove it and tell it? But I guess they'd say the whole army's crazy, right, and haul them off to the mental. Anyway, that's what's going on because they make it mimic, but the doctors know the difference. So you ask your question, why in the James Holmes? James Holmes, Tucson, Arizona, the Roanoke, the college next door to me, Virginia Tech mass shootings, that's going on. But the Audie Murphy went way back in '71. I'm going to say it again one more time. Back then I didn't know the word mind control, didn't know anything about it. I just knew that murders were happening, and I knew because of what was going on there, it wasn't accidental, it was planned. Audie Murphy was one of them, and I'm going to mention this one. Larry Childress, Childress, he was a barber. And he sold us his house in Hazelland Square, Huntsville. Well, he ended up committing suicide in the car. He turned on the carbon monoxide. So then, I don't know, a lot of murders happened, like I believe the sheriff was elected and jumped out the window to his death in Madison County, Huntsville. So much was happening, but I'm going to update it. And this isn't funny, and I'm afraid to put things on, and I've even put the copy of the where it happened, Roanoke Times, on the video. But retired state trooper,